I was one of those people when he dropped Almost Healed who was like, bruh, like you put out All My Life. That song is not emblematic of the title of that album. Mm-hmm. It's not emblematic of the music on that album. Mm-hmm. It was a scam.
Lil Durk, to me, his story is such a good one.
It's compelling.
Like Lil Durk was a guy that was in and out of jail. You know, father did some time in jail. He's in the streets. He gets mad respect in the streets. He, in real time, is trying to change his life for the better.
Is it hate for me to say I'm sick of this? Is that hate?
It's not hate.
Is that hate?
You're the consumer.
I'm sick of that sound.
You are the consumer.
It was cool with Tweaker. I actually thought the one with Glorilla was actually a little different.
It was different. I thought it was.
But this is Tweaker like 2.8.
Yo.
We are the Levi's Wise Guys.
Check out the full podcast. Link below.
Yo. We are the Levi's Wise Guys. It's your boy Uchay. I got my boy
QDeezy for Sheezy from AGELESS.
Shout out to the gang. If you're new here, stay a while, and if you've been here before, stay even longer. We are the Ill-Advised Wise Guys. I'm Uchay, that's Q. This is episode 184.
184.
Man.
You still keeping count?
I am, man. It's ingrained in me, my brother. It's ingrained in me, man. Damn, how you feeling today, my guy?
I feel good. I'm just trying.
You feeling good? You pouring your liquor in your flask?
I'm just trying to take this vodka in this jar. Look at all this vodka. Watch me. I'm about to down this thing right here.
Yo, this is irresponsible. This is the behavior that got many rappers locked up, man. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Straight to the head.
Yeah, I know. Welcome back to the podcast, man. Listen, I'm excited because I'm excited about this one topic, but I'm gonna keep it a secret for right now. I'm gonna keep it a secret. But we do have some stuff that is a little bit more trendy. We're gonna talk about Lil Durk, right? We're gonna talk about Lil Durk. Durkio, Mr. Chi-Town rapper himself, man. I ain't talking about Kanye either, because we're not talking about him on this episode.
I ain't gonna lie.
What's up?
Them nicknames, bro.
What happened?
Like, you would, like, Durkio.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, yeah. You know, you put two and two together. His name is Lil Durk. You just add EO to it. And, you know, it's friendly.
Are you saying you like it?
In the streets,
Oh,
I'm sure they said Durkio. Like, Durkio don't play, bro.
nah.
Durkio. That's his street name,
Durkio
right?
sound a little...
That's his... Oh, no, it's Smirk.
Yeah, I'm like,
Smirk
I was about
name.
to say
My
Durkio is what the girls call him, I
it's
feel
Smirk.
like. I don't think... Yeah, come on now.
Smirk. But, like, dog, them
But
street
I thought
names?
smirk was to smile. Isn't that what smiling is?
Evil people smile. Evil people smile. The Joker smiles.
That's a good point.
But yeah, dog, like Lil Baby was Wham? What's his name? Was it what the streets called Lil Baby?
I don't think they call him Wham.
The streets called him something.
I don't think they called him Wham,
They
bro.
call him something.
They called him Dominic
No, they
Jones.
call him Wham.
They
though.
called him Dominic Jones.
They call Lil Baby Wham.
No, Lil Young Thug calls him Wham. I don't think anybody else calls him Wham, man.
What's his street name?
Hey, the feds
It's like
might be asking soon. Just saying.
Nigerian, you know, Nigerians say, "What's your American name? What's your street name?"
I thought you were gonna maybe answer that. I would have said Collins.
Oh, Collins. Every Nigerian. 50% of the Nigerians in Nigeria is named Collins.
Collins. You know, Shabuzi's name is Collins.
Oh, his name is Collins.
Yeah, man. Fit right in.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, man. Welcome back, man. Like I said, AQ, how you feeling? You good? You ready to pod? Mm-hmm. Let's get it. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's not waste any time, man, because we waste too much time every time.
That's true.
Facts. I'm sick of this.
Facts.
Let's get to the announcements, man. I don't want to bore you guys anymore, except for when we talk about RGM. We got some announcements, guys. Q, what you got?
Check out RGM Ratings Game Music.
Huh?
We got album reviews. Actually, there wasn't many album reviews I did this year. This week.
This year.
I didn't do any. But,
Okay.
I mean, last week there was Lil Durk.
Okay.
You know, we had Durk's album, Deep Thoughts.
Yep.
We had Nav, your boy Navrith. Nav.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Navrith, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nav dropped, what's the album called again?
See,
what is
you
it called
you
again?
taking me off with this.
Nav.
You have
On My Way to Rexdale.
you
Come on,
have
you just
one-
got to give me.
You got one job.
I'm a father, bro.
You have one job.
I had my head.
One job.
On My Way to
God.
Rexdale, which I thought I liked it. I liked it. We're not gonna talk about. We don't have a topic dedicated.
I did
to
enjoy
Nav,
that album.
but I liked
did.
it. I liked it. I liked it. And
Very
then,
good.
you know,
Very good album.
I liked it. I liked
Very
it.
good. Actually, one of his better.
I'm gonna sit
That might be
here
his
and say,
best album since
I liked it.
what's the one with the second joint with Metro Boomin? Perfect Timing?
Perfect Timing. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah,
Timing
that was a really
2.
good album.
We're at 2.
No,
part
the
1
first
and 2?
Perfect Timing.
Okay.
Anyway.
And then we got singles by your boy Jello, Leangelo Ball, G3. What's his name? I don't know his real name. Is it G3 or Jello?
G3
Oh,
Jello.
G3 Jello.
I think it's just Jello.
Oh, like Black Six Flags Flacco.
No, Jello, man.
Jello dropped a song called Law and Order. Dun, 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 dee, 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 dee. Shoot you with a gun. Law and Order. It sounds like Tweaker.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Just real quick.
Yes.
I don't want to take up too much time.
Okay.
Is it hate for me to say I'm sick of this? Is that hate?
It's not hate.
Is that hate?
You're the consumer.
I'm sick of that sound.
You are the consumer.
It was cool with Tweaker. I actually thought the one with Glorilla
It
was
a good
actually a
song.
little different.
It was different. I thought it was
But
a good
this is
song.
Tweaker like 2.8.
Sexy Red too. Sexy Red dropped a song called Hoochie Coochie. Check out ratingsgamemusic.com. Oh,
Oh boy.
I have something new. I'm gonna start doing album previews. Did you know that if you break down the word preview, it's pre-review? Put it all in one, preview. So we're gonna start doing album previews, right? So what does that mean? I know so many people in the music industry. They send me all their information. They telling me what albums are coming out. Some albums I get to hear, before it comes out. I'm gonna start creating album previews where I get to tell you everything that I know about an album, right? So, yeah, album previews.
Okay.
I got one out right now for Kanye. Yay. I got one out for
The new joint?
Yeah, the one that's supposed to come out today.
WW3?
Yeah, WW3,
All
World
right.
War 3. I have it out. So you can see all the stuff that I know about the album, the track list, the artwork, all that good stuff.
That's crazy.
Album previews.
That's crazy. I'm gonna tap into that segment, man. I have not heard the album. But
didn't
I
come
did
out.
hear. But I did hear
It
that.
didn't come out, stupid.
Wait, I thought it was supposed to come out today. What happened?
That's what I said.
That was weird. Anyway, I did hear a couple songs though, because I did tap into Academic Stream, including that one song Bianca, and he sounds like Dave Blunt.
He's very inspired by Dave.
For some odd reason, that's his spirit animal. Yeah. I don't understand why. But hey, no hate to Dave Blunt, bro. You can hear the helium in the voice. And Bianca, wants you something's gonna come back. It's weird.
All the people Dave Blunt's.
Anyway, man. Thank you, sir. Ratingsgamemusic.com, man. That was a very long commercial, man. Very long commercial, man. You need to pay some ad slots for that. That was crazy.
I don't know. I paid my dues, motherfucker.
That's true. Zero Skips, man. The mother effing playlist. It features a lot of artists from all around the globe. Shoot. Oh, man. You know we just included an artist from Malaysia? Dead ass, man.
Rapper?
Dead ass.
Singer, rapper?
He's a rapper. Rapper from Malaysia.
It's not the Eminem guy, right? The guy that signed to Eminem. Remember that
Who
guy?
sound like Eminem?
There's a guy that he signed. I don't know if he's Malaysian.
Oh.
He's Malaysian, right?
I know who you're talking
Or
about.
Philippines.
What's that dude's name? He signed to Shady. You're right.
Yeah.
He had a crazy hype
Yeah.
at one point. But
Yeah.
no, not him.
Okay.
I don't think he would want to be on our playlist. I think he's a little bit beyond that. But no, I'm just saying.
beyond that.
It might feature artists like the guy he's talking about. But it might feature some other guys who submit to us on Grover, our email, our DM, man. I want to shout out to every artist who's been reaching out to us, man, because it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It takes some time to get back to you guys. Can't lie. But if your song is skipless, if it deserves to be on the spot, I'm going to personally curate it my damn self, man.
Damn.
My damn self.
Damn.
Don't say that. Don't say the word after that. I know how you rock.
What?
You was about to say something else.
What? Oh,
See? Anyway, Zero Skips, the mother effing playlist on Spotify. Link in the description right down below. Down below. Yeah, right there. Right there, Jake. Like you say, right there.
okay.
In stores now. Yeah, you was waiting for that.
No.
You was waiting for that.
No, it's not happening.
Hey,
It's not happening today.
Can I live my truth?
No, hell no, bro.
Yo, why can't people
I
live
hate
their
when people
truth?
say that. Why do
I
black
was
people always
mocking
say
them
that?
with just now. Let me live my truth. My truth is I'm old, okay? I remember going into the stores. Okay. So let me live there.
All right.
Damn. Anyway, guys, Zero Skips right there in the description. Let's get it. All right. On this episode, man, we're gonna talk about why. I think right now there's probably not a better time to have this discussion about the fact that is there an age limit to enjoying certain music? I know there was a huge discussion about this online. Playboi Carti dropped his album, Music. A lot of people who didn't like the album was saying this is for the kids. But when you really get into the nitty gritty, it's like, is it though? If everybody on that album, including all the features, is over 30, some don't add up, guys. And of course, with that, we're gonna have another extended conversation about, are there any younger people in this industry that's really shaking ish up in rap specifically, right?
Rap. Yep.
That I think is gonna be an eye opener, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I still to this day I can't think of one,
yes.
But I think by the time we get to that topic, I might have some names.
Okay.
I might have some names.
Okay.
Also, we're gonna talk about who or which country has benefited the most from American hip hop. Y'all know rap started in America. There's some speculation that it started in Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
You heard that?
I see. Didn't Fat Joe say it started in somewhere?
I'm sick of Fat Joe lying. Yo, Fat Joe been telling fibs, man. Stop the cap.
Fibs.
Yo, hip hop started in New York City. I believe, I'm almost certain it was started by the Jamaicans, Kool Herc and all those guys. Mm-hmm. They are of Jamaican descent. Mm-hmm. But you see how far hip hop has gone since then. In the 70s, it's gone global. It's in India. It's in Malaysia. It's in Korea. It's everywhere, guys. But what country has really tapped into the essence the most? Mm-hmm. I think that's gonna be a good discussion as well.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But first, we got to talk about Lil Durk. Schmirk.
I had to turn it up a notch.
Schmirkio. Recently, he dropped a new album, or I should say his people dropped a new album called Deep Thoughts. And the reason I say that is because currently he's behind bars. If you guys don't know, he is, I guess, currently under investigation by the feds for a capital murder charge, I should say. I'm not going to get into much of that because that's not even what we're here to discuss. But that is information that's relevant. But, yo, man, Deep Thoughts came out, man. I feel like people are discussing Durk. If Durk was on the streets, that album would have been 3 times as big. Right? And I feel like it kind of came and went, even though I believe it did about 70K units.
67K.
Something like that.
Finished 4th on the Billboard charts.
Very respectable,
yes.
I think. Very respectable.
Nav beat it.
He should. He's on the streets.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Come on, man.
That's true.
By the way, I think people are probably surprised about Nav, too. Nav is actually a pretty big artist.
Yeah, Nav is pretty big.
I don't know if people recognize that, but Q, man. Big. Lil Durk on his last album that he dropped was called Almost Healed. He had them big songs like All My Life. People were saying, is Durk really is he really healed, or is he just like trying to monopolize this whole good guy era? Mm-hmm. But I felt like this album he switched it up a bit. But talk to me about the album first. Did you like the album, and then maybe we can get into some other stuff after that?
I enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed this Durk album. It felt like, we talked from the minute that Durk started to blow up. I was always like, he can put together the good street stuff, and he can put together songs here and there, but I'm like, I'm not exactly sure if he can put together a body of work that shows his growth as an artist, that shows that he's really good at this music thing. Because I really believe Durk is a good musician. Like,
really?
I think
You've upgraded?
Musician.
I remember there was some speculation at one point.
I'm not
from you.
From me, there was some speculation. It was more so. So we were talking about Lil Baby and Lil Durk.
That was the discussion at the time.
Lumping them together, and I was like, I don't think Lil Durk, what he was giving the people at the time, was necessarily matching the hype that people were giving him. That's what I was trying to say. However, I do think Lil Durk is definitely a good artist. At the time, remember Lil Durk kept reverting back to that like kill, like Ops is dead type music, right? Mm-hmm. And he was doing that in Almost Hill. I thought he did it too much. In this album, there's way more balance. There's romantic songs. There's songs like the song with Huncho, I was like, dog, like
Loved it.
unorthodox.
Late checkout.
Yeah, it's just so unorthodox. It forced you to tap in to a side that you're like, wow, I didn't even know like that was there for Durk. And then you got songs with the one with Janae Aiko, I thought was pretty cool. And then at the same time, he does have the street bangers. If you want to call Turn Up a Notch a street banger, he does have those, but it's different from what he was doing in the past. So when you talk about Durk progressing as an artist, this was the type of album I wanted to see out of him. And this is where I expected him to be 2-3 years ago. That's how I see it.
I was one of the people. I'm gonna say this right now because I like to give you guys when I felt like I was wrong about an artist or what they were presenting. And I was one of those people when he dropped Almost Healed who was like, bruh, like you put out All My Life. That song is not emblematic of the title of that album. It's not emblematic of the music on that album. It was a scam. Damn near. I would use that word.
I get you.
It felt like a scam, right? I get he won a Grammy for All My
Because
Life.
you forget too, on Almost Healed, it had skits. Like
That's true.
Alicia Keys opened it up. I got
That's
so
a fact.
excited.
That's a
She was
fact.
like, Durk, where you going
That's
to?
a good point.
And I was like, yo, like, okay, this is about to be
That's a great
strong
point.
body of work. And I just, but sorry.
No.
I had to mention that.
No, very important to say. You're right, but that's what I'm saying. Like even you're right. Even that was like the anticipation was built. Like, oh, damn, he about to really like go into this like introspective bag and talk from a street perspective of somebody who's actually healed, but he didn't do that on Almost Healed, in my opinion. And I thought that was a missed opportunity. However, I didn't think because of that he was going to double down on the next project and give people what he was kind of teasing on that last one. And I feel like Deep Thoughts did that. Like Deep Thoughts, and I would be very curious to know what the album was before he went to jail versus what they ended up putting out. But this is how I know there was a real concerted effort from Durk specifically to like give a different street perspective. Because even the songs that have features with the street guys, like Future, he got Future to tap into like a different type of content. It wasn't just the street shoot 'em up. It was like, yo, this is how it is when you make mistakes. You going like the consequences
that was a
aspect.
very interesting concept.
You see what I'm saying? Even when you think about the feature with Lil Baby, obviously they had the voice and the voice of the heroes, which I thought was that is a very underrated project.
It's a good album.
Too. Very dope.
It's a good album.
But even this was that same content where he did get Lil Baby to tap into that. The essence of why I believe people really rock with Lil Baby. It's like here you got somebody who can rap, but he's giving a story about the ins and outs, right? The street perspective, but all right, here's how you can make it out. So I'm saying, I think they delivered, man. The features wise, I think overall, you could tell Durk was going into more of a religious angle. He even had a song called Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, look at the album cover.
Yeah.
He's clearly like on, I believe, like a religious rug or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the album was good overall, man. I thought it was a good album. Well, there were a lot of songs, I will say, that reminded me of songs from the last album. Like he had a song called crap, I'm drawing blank. Vanish Mode reminded me of What Happened to Virgil. Like I would say he recycled a lot of
I
the
really
different.
like Vanish Mode.
He's rapping the exact same of What Happened to Virgil. Like you look at the.
I liked it. Yeah.
But overall, I don't want to pet peeve because I do think that's just his style. It's a good album. It's a good album.
It's a good album.
Yeah,
I will say this, like, we got 1 minute left.
Yeah.
I will say this. This is what frustrates me, I think, the most about Lil Durk is not anything that he's doing, but like you said about the opportunity, right? Like Lil Durk, to me, his story is such a good one.
It's compelling.
Like, and we're seeing it from like start to finish. Like this is, Lil Durk was a guy that was in and out of jail. Father did some time in jail. He's in the streets. He gets mad respect in the streets. He, in real time, is trying to change his life for the better. He's going into these communities, but the street life keeps calling him back. Street life keeps calling him back. And unlike most artists, they're not detailing it in the way Durk has been detailing it. Durk is saying, I'm not going to diss my ops no more. I'm going to start doing this. I'm looking for religion. Like, you're seeing in real time the story of a guy who is trying to leave the street life behind. This is like a Tyler Perry movie. Like, this is a straight up movie. And that's why I'm like, if his albums...
give it a little bit more. I mean, this ain't Tyler. This is like motion picture.
It's like a motion.
Big budget.
This is like the Hughes brothers. How about that?
Hughes Brothers, the Menace to Society.
I think so.
Right? Where it's like you're looking at it in real time, and I'm just like, I felt Almost Hill was that moment where it was like, yo, you can see. Because I don't think Lil Durk realizes how many lives him particularly can change. There's a lot of people in the streets that are looking at him and saying, if Durk can change his life, if Durk can start embracing religion, if Durk can say, I can leave the ops alone and I can just, start living a better life, I can do it. He is very influential, and I think it sucks he's in jail now. But Deep Thoughts was a start of like, yo, he's changing the narrative of the young niggas out here.
The YNs.
He's changing the narrative. And I think, hopefully, if he drops another album, he can continue to see that progression. But,
I like that you said. And the last thing I would say is I echo everything you said. And it's important what you're saying. It's important because, this is not the sexy message. Like, people don't, they don't prop these type of messages up because it's not clickbaity. Mm-hmm. But the fact of the matter is, think about what's happening in hip hop right now in the mainstream. Mm-hmm. People getting indicted. Yep. There's nothing but negativity. Yep. Drill music, these street rappers. And I do like the fact that here's a guy who you could argue maybe he wasn't doing it for real the first time. Mm-hmm. He did at least, I would say, inject a little bit of remorse and willingness to change. I think the street dudes need to hear that. They need to hear that.
All my life, that message that he delivered on All My Life, unbelievable.
They need to hear that. The streets need to hear this.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Yeah.
So, right now we're in a situation where certain countries are beefing with other countries.
He got his Tucker Carlson voice on. It's about to get spooky.
T-word running around right now.
Tamagotchi?
Yes, Tamagotchi. Yes. What's the guy that's the Memphis Grizzlies, the point guard, the Asian point guard? But I think Tamagotchi. I don't know who you're talking about. There's a T-word going around right now, and it could possibly make everybody's life miserable. It could be the best thing in America, but it's clear, whether you're on the right side or the left side, literally, it's clear that we are going in a direction where America first, right? That's the term, right? America first, right? So it had me thinking. All right. America first, right? Let's build the manufacturing companies in America. Let's bring back business to America. It had me thinking. If hip hop kind of followed this theme, and embraced the T word that's being used in politics.
Oh, that T word.
Yes.
Oh, that T word.
Terrorists.
That word. Yeah, terrorists. There we go.
If America decided to put tariffs on a country that not necessarily that they don't like. Mm-hmm. I mean, sorry, hip hop. If hip hop, American hip hop decided to put tariffs on a hip hop country that they not necessarily don't like, they just say, hey, like, you guys have been getting, some of our swag, and we need to start tariffing. That's a word. Taxing you guys for using some of our swag.
There you go.
Which country will receive the biggest tariff percentage out there? You want to start? That's okay.
I can start, man.
So, in other words, to simplify it, what country do you think owes the most to U.S. hip hop?
You know what's funny? By the way, this is a very good topic. And I'm mad that it took you so damn long to say the damn T-word. Man, what the hell? When you started...
I thought you knew what I was talking about.
I did, but then you was confusing me because then I thought you meant Trump. But then you were using it in different contexts and you were throwing me off. But anyway, who cares? I know what you mean. what's funny is I was thinking about this topic ever since you brought it to me. I said, all right, man, I got a couple of no-brainers. You know, come on. Hip-hop is global now.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, everybody's benefited and there's rappers in every... We've talked about this before. Every country has a hip-hop scene. Now, whether that scene has come back to America for visibility, that's a different discussion. Because that's where, you know, you could probably argue, that's a whole different other discussion. Who's popping enough to where Americans now see it? That's a different discussion. But some countries came to mind, man. Like, for example, England, right? Or the UK, if you will. Okay. That whole area.
Okay.
You look at obviously what's happening now. Central C, bro. He is an anomaly to me because we are old enough to remember the days where I can literally say this, and it's not an exaggeration. UK was not taken seriously by Americans when it came to rap music. Yeah. I remember this vividly. And a lot of it had to do with the accent. A lot of it had to do with the cultural differences. But I think guys like Central C have allowed that to kind of like break through, and you see, all right, bro, we're all kind of the same. We just speak different. And then I thought of countries like Canada, right?
That's not a country. What are you talking about?
Canada is a country.
It's a state. It's the 51st state.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Just kidding.
Clearly, that's who you're going to choose.
I fully believe.
Clearly, that's who you're going to choose.
I fully believe. I'm just kidding. I love Canada. I leave them alone.
Yeah. No. But yeah, I thought of countries like Canada, and they're actually my answer. But before I arrived at Canada, I thought of countries like Jamaica. I thought of countries like Puerto Rico. We can't forget about the Caribbean. They are not American.
Puerto Rico's not a country, brother.
Puerto Rico's not a country? Huh? You're right. It's a territory, technically.
It's a territory.
All right, whatever. They use American dollars.
Well, okay, fine, whatever.
So does Guam, though. But who cares? You get the point.
Yeah.
They're big enough to be a country, anyway.
They are.
I know. But I thought of the Caribbean. To me, is like a no-brainer answer because we just talked about where hip hop came from. Think about all the rappers who have come out, whether it's the Busta Rhymes. I know he's based and he probably grew up in like New York, but like his roots and stuff like that come from there. Also, you think about Puerto Rico. Technically, this is the Caribbean. Fat Joe, Puerto Rican, right? You see the essence. When people say black and brown, they're speaking about let's not forget our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean. We talking about them. So I thought about them as well. In a nutshell, though, I'm going Canada. I'm going Canada. And it's a no-brainer. You know why it's a no-brainer? Because Drizzy Drake is arguably the greatest rapper of all time. I understand he's lost a monumental battle. I understand things look grim for him, but we see what he's doing with Nokia. I thought he was blackballed. I thought he was blackballed. What happened? Yo, he released his video. I think he on the up and up right now.
You can never blackball.
I understand that.
Stop it.
They trying.
Stop it.
Did they not try?
Are you gonna let me speak?
I will. I think it's Canada, bro. And I think it's because you see what the biggest rapper of all time potentially has done and where he came from is Canada. You see other people like Tory Lanez. I'm going to go Canada, bro. I think Canada has benefited the most from American hip-hop.
I will say Drake,
I'll give you the floor,
is the biggest rap artist of all time. Like, I think that's what, because I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
We need to now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and say what the deal is. Is Drake the biggest rapper of all time? I don't know. It's up to you. We can argue that. Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, whatever. Rapper, whatever. Rap artist. What is the difference? He's an artist that raps, but he does a whole bunch of different things. So if you want to call him a rap artist, it's easy. Drake's the biggest rap artist of all time. But rap artist.
Oh, of all time?
Yes.
Kanye.
Rap artist.
Kanye.
Drake's bigger. Drake is bigger than Kanye.
Best or biggest?
Biggest.
All right, cool. I give you Drake. I'll say best. I'm going Kanye.
No, best? No. But anyway.
Who cares?
You know who I think?
Talk to me.
I'm going to go kind of left field here.
Talk to me.
Korea. in places like Japan, right? Right?
What?
Super Black pill, right? Because it's funny. I was watching a whole story. I was watching the whole story with Anderson Cooper. Very, very interesting. It was something called making a K-pop star, essentially. And for a lot of those like K-pop bands and things like that, they are very, very hands-on. They get training. People tell them exactly how they want them to look, how to dance, how to do all this stuff, right? And one of the things that they had was like specifically a hip-hop, like pretty much instructor telling you how to be more hip-hop. So they got the baggy clothes, they got the like swag, the they have all that, right? This is like literally purchasing hip-hop, from US. Like it's almost like transactional. Now, like, which I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at it, but it's like more of a like transactional thing when you look at like K-pop stars. Like even look at BTS, right? Like I think BTS has rapper, right?
J-Hope?
J-Hope, right? You see how he's like when he wants to rap, he's like a carbon copy of like J. Cole. I think it's more of a like we study it hard and we are purposefully trying to sound like that. Right? That makes sense. But, with the UK actually, yes, UK people rap, right? But they have their own flair. At this time, they had their own culture. So, yeah, they're getting stuff from America. That's fine. But I think they also strongly have their own UK culture. And a UK rapper, a lot of times, don't look like an American rapper. A lot of times.
Nowadays, I don't know about that.
Canadians
kind of look the same.
Sometimes they a lot of time. They look gritty. A lot of them look grittier. But anyway, Canadians. I think Canadians a big part. If anything, Canada, there can be reciprocal tariffs. If this was hip hop, reciprocal. U.S. y'all want to put tariffs on me. They stole back. Y'all stole from us too. Because I think when it comes to Drake, like you said, the biggest artist of all time. right. Drake. 70% of hip hop sound today is Drake. It's you just
pulled that number out of your ass.
70, matter of fact, 71.
I like that number. 71. No, go up. No, go up more.
It's Drake.
I
just listen.
Up.
I just listen to a lot of these artists, and I'm like, sorry guys, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but I hear Drake from the production.
yeah.
I hear Drake. I hear Drake. One of the only people that I don't hear Drake is Kendrick. I don't really think it's crazy. I hate to keep bringing Kendrick. This is a 15th episode in a row, Kendrick and Drake, right? Amen. But he's the only person I like listen to, and I'm like, I don't really hear Drake influence in Kendrick. But almost everybody else, I hear Drake.
Of some sort.
Playboy Cardi, I heard Drake influence somehow. Right?
Not from him.
But
on his music.
Yeah, but on the production.
Yes.
Like the song that...
So The Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd. Right? The Weeknd has Drake influence. But
somebody argue Drake stole it from The Weeknd.
That's true.
Just saying.
Hey.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but I think... But look, at the end of the day, this is all fun and games. I think at the end of the day, all these countries bring something to the table of hip-hop. At this point, hip-hop is a collective effort.
It's a collective effort, but one thing I will give a lot of those... You talked about like Korea and like Japan. One thing I will give them, I would say a lot of credit for is when they study hip-hop, they study it right. They appreciate all aspects of the original culture of hip-hop.
That's a good
point. So what I mean by that is like the breakdancing.
Yeah.
Right? The b-boying, the graffiti. Like it's an art form. Yeah. Like it's not just
like the art part.
It's not just you rap on a song like you're a trap dude and you're like, man, I'm gonna pick up a mic and I'm a rapper now. No, bro, it's a art, it's a lifestyle. It's a way of life. And I think they really understand it a lot.
You gotta appreciate that.
Yeah, I think they appreciate it. So
yeah, I think so.
Next topic?
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed that, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments. Let's move on to the next topic.
That went better than I thought it did. That was a good topic.
You didn't say the T word a lot, so it was cool.
Yeah,
it worked out.
I try to stay away. Do you remember the topic?
I do, actually. I'm just trying to figure out how to say it.
All right.
Okay. F introing it how we typically do. Because I don't think there's a clean way to say this. Is there a such thing as music being age restrictive? Is there a such thing as being too old to enjoy a genre? Or is there a cap on it? Right? I mean, obviously there's so many more questions I can ask. I asked this question because when we started the episode, talked about Playboi Carti's new album and how it came out recently. A lot of people were enjoying it. It's still doing numbers, guys. Still doing numbers. And actually, I think he's going to drop a new album soon, allegedly.
Yeah.
But
I did, yeah.
I think it's called Baby Boy.
Yeah.
But man, when the album came out, we saw a lot of people who didn't like the album or the sound of Playboi Carti or anybody like him, like a Ken Carson or Destroyed Lonely. It's a lot of these guys who are making music that would be considered newer generation. A lot of people say, oh man, that's not for me. That's for the young kids. But in all actuality, bro, is it really, man? Are we in an era where the millennials are running the show? The folks who are in their late 20s to 30s to mid to late 30s, are they really making the music for the kids, but people don't really know? It's interesting, man. And I know you had another question you wanted to kind of loop into this when it came to who are the young folks that are leading things these days?
Yeah.
Like who the hell comes to mind?
Yeah.
Because clearly you couldn't think of one. Because I'm assuming that's why you asked the question.
Yeah, I couldn't think of
So like
somebody who I thought was like next.
And we have this discussion damn near every episode, but like if you had, I'll kick it to you. If you had to think of one artist or a couple of artists who you feel are young, that are the superstar of now or tomorrow, like who would they even be? Like,
Well, I mean,
who are
I
they?
want to preface my comments by saying the reason I brought that up was because when I was growing up, like, we had 15, 16, 17-year-old superstars like Brandy, Monica. Like, they were like 15.
Usher.
Usher
popped when he was about 15. I think My Way, he was like 16, 16, 17.
That was a superstar at like 16,
Aaliyah.
17. Aaliyah. You know, you just had Lil Wayne. You want to argue Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was considered washed by 18.
Hey, by the way.
What happened to that dude that's YBD? Could you imagine?
No, he wasn't
Could you imagine that guy? That guy. Just listen. America. Podcasters and everybody that's listening, right? Just imagine. Could you, when you first heard could you imagine? Like, if I took a damn DeLorean back in time and we were listening to that and I came from 2030 and I said to you, that's going to be one of the greatest rappers of all time. You know how crazy that's like? That was the first time we ever heard Lil Wayne. He was going to be the best rapper of all time. But that's kind of like what I'm talking about. Like, back in the day, young people, like,
I
got so many opportunities to shine. You knew that somebody had talent.
But I gotta say this. On the
There's
Lil Wayne,
no way. Stop it.
On the
There's
Lil Wayne.
no way.
What am I saying? What am I saying?
They thought that he was going to be the greatest rapper.
Oh, no. I'm not making that argument. No. If anything, I'm a filibuster your point.
Okay.
Because it's like, bro.
Stop using any pop political.
You started.
Okay, yes.
You started. You said the T word.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Nobody would have thought he'd be the greatest rapper of all time. I would actually go a step further. Who would have thought he would have even been like a great rapper? Period.
Anything.
Like just even great. How about that? Just great.
There's no way.
Like, what would have been the signal?
Like, could you imagine?
Wabadi?
Could you imagine?
The Wabadi
There's
part?
no way that would happen.
Come on, man.
There's no way that would happen in
Bling, bling.
this year. 2025, like. Okay, but anyway.
But the thing is too. Okay, I want to actually go beyond. Let's say rap, hip hop.
Yeah.
Look at Justin Bieber.
What?
Justin Bieber was a superstar when he was like freaking 12.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
A superstar.
I mean, even Olivia Rodrigo, all these people are young, but I mean, here's what I'll say.
Go ahead.
Because we're like skipping between like two topics, right? You know, we're trying to tie it together.
Let's go.
So, you know, is there an age limit on music? I do believe there is an age limit on music. I really do believe that. And I know that might sound unpopular, but there is an age limit. I think, you know, I just think that, you know, with music these days, especially, music all the time, aside from what you heard, there was also an emotion that garnered out of it, right? And when a lot of these young high schoolers, young college students hear guys like Yeet, it beams out like certain emotions that I just can't tap into as a 30-something-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know, I understand why young people like NBA Youngboy. It's a rebellious energy that's very high school, very college, you know. But me, I'm not there anymore. I'm not there. But like back in the day when I was in high school, who did I connect with? That young rebellious energy Joel Santana carried. That young rebellious energy Jaquan. Remember Jaquan Tipsy?
Of course, come on.
You know, I gravitated to that. So Eminem, you know, Eminem, even though he was a lot older, I gravitated to that type of rebellious, forget parents and all that stuff, energy. You know, so I do think to a certain extent there is an age limit for certain music. However, it doesn't mean you can't listen to it, you can't appreciate it, you can't pick out things that you like.
And,
you know what I mean?
And that's actually where I want to hit on, because I think it's a missed opportunity for hip hop that we don't appreciate eras, new and old, later years in life. You compare rap or hip hop, however you want to call it, to like, let's say, rock and roll. Bro, do you understand that Rolling Stones, the group, still has young fans? Like, to this day, people who just like rock and roll, and they're like, nah, that joint sounds crazy, I love it.
Of course.
There's this stigma and this invisible ceiling that I personally don't love when it comes to rap. I understand it's a young man's game, we get it. I'm not disputing that. We understand the new ideas come from the youth. But in terms of the appreciation, that's the part I want to hit on. But I think we should appreciate it in the younger music, if you will, and later on in life. There should be a cap on that, saying I'm too old to appreciate music.
Well, there's no
That's
cap.
weird.
There's no cap to me. There's no cap.
Yeah.
But it's more of I can understand why you wouldn't understand why it's great. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, for instance, like, you know, growing up eating candy and stuff like that. Like, candy still tastes good. I can still appreciate candy. I can eat a Starburst right now. A Starburst pack would take me about a week to finish if I eat it right now. But when I eat it, it still tastes good. I can appreciate it.
Your teeth don't appreciate it.
But it's like, my teeth don't appreciate it. And it's just like, as an adult, I just prefer more, like, I just prefer something more standard.
But stick on that point. Let's use a Starbucks example. It's a good one. All right, cool. When you were a kid, you probably would eat the whole pack.
And it is.
Because you just obsessed with it.
Yeah.
When you're an adult, you don't lose appreciation for the Starburst. You just eat less of it.
You just eat less.
Right?
Eat less.
So why isn't music hip hop treated the same way?
Well, that's how I'm saying to look at it, right?
Meaning you should appreciate it, just consume less of it.
But guess what? It's like, what do you say about that Starburst pack when you're eating it? It's too sweet for me. I'm older now. I can't handle that amount of sweet. I'm not enjoying this experience like how I was when I was younger. But you can appreciate it. It tastes good.
Hey, but here's the key word. You might say, you know what? I'm done with Starburst. Done. I'm done eating it. But guess what? For the longest, you're going to understand why people like this.
Yes.
You're gonna know. Yes. There's no confusion. Yes. Whether you choose to consume it, you're not gonna be like, I don't remember why people like this thing. You see what I'm saying?
I think that's the issue.
And I think that's the problem with how the older generation looks at younger music.
And I think that's the issue here. If somebody told me, like, okay, if a young kid that was like 14, 15 came up to me and said, have you ever had Starburst? I said, yeah, I've had Starburst. I ain't trashing Starburst. I'll be literally like, yo, like, Starburst, man, it got a lot of flavors, you know, cherry, orange, this, that. And the young kid asked me, how come you don't eat it anymore? You know, it's not the same experience for me. When I was younger, sugar was easier to consume. It just, you know, I enjoyed it a lot more. But I'm older now. I can enjoy it in pieces, but I can appreciate it.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think people should look at music. Like, look at it as something like, you can appreciate certain aspects of it. You can appreciate you know, you can appreciate why someone young would appreciate it, but you have the right to say, like, I'm too old for this.
No, you can 100%. No, you have the right to do whatever you want. You can say I'm too old to go to the crowds that enjoy this type of music. Mm-hmm. But if you are a music person and you, at some point, you appreciate maybe an element of that artistry, I don't think there should be any question as to why people enjoy this. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, and I think that's what, me personally, as a music head, as somebody who likes music, I get annoyed when people act like they don't understand what people like in this thing.
I agree.
That's the part I'm like,
I agree.
Come on now.
And stop. It's all about the word experience.
100%.
Like, what type of experience? Like, when I have Yeet, when I listen to Yeet's music, I can appreciate certain things as done, but, you know, it's not a full-blown, enjoyable experience to me.
I got you.
And I think it's because you're
just not there. You're not there.
It's not.
That's not your lifestyle.
It doesn't tap into my lifestyle. It's not. It's hard, and that's okay. But will I say it's trash? Like some people are doing. I'm like, I would not call his music trash. I would just say, like, you know, I understand.
I will say this though, and last thing I'll say is, you at one point you did say Yeat's music is bad.
I did.
You did say it. So, but I'm not condemning that. It's okay to come around. To ish.
Yeah, I mean,
because like for me, like there's some things I don't understand. Like I might grow to appreciate.
Well, guess what?
We do got to relieve room for that too.
That didn't have to do with youth, right? That didn't really have to do with young.
Oh, I'm not saying it did. I'm not saying it did.
Listening, but the thing is, let's say, you know, as an adult, I mean, if you gave me some random piece of candy, first time I eat it, I'm like, this is trash. But if I keep eating it, trying to like figure out why people like it, what? That's a good question. What food did it take for you the longest to like appreciate?
The longest?
It took you the longest. You ate it. You ate it like you were at a restaurant.
You know what? Food, you know what? The first thing that pops in my head.
Finally, you're like, yo, wow, I actually appreciate this food.
You know the first thing that pops in my head. The first time I had Brussels sprouts, I hated it.
Oh,
I'm talking about not even just the first time. The first decade of my life eating Brussels sprouts, I was like, yo, I never want to eat this again.
Yeah.
Until I got to a certain age and that joint hit the right way. Yeah. And now I'm like, bro, if I go to a restaurant and they got crispy Brussels sprouts or saute, yo, give me that.
Yeah. Brussels sprouts.
Give me that.
Fire, dog.
It's fire.
Brussels sprouts are fire.
What about you?
Okra.
Ooh, okra.
I remember we used to have okra soup.
I still don't love it.
I used to say that, man. Damn, my mom was making okra soup again.
No, you mean okra?
Oh, yeah, okra
soup. Yeah, there we go.
Correct. I was like, my mom's making okra soup. Man, why we can't just eat jollof?
That's how I felt.
Jollof for like the 19th straight
That's how I felt, yeah.
Why come I can't just eat that? Even as an adult, man, I started to appreciate it. I was like, yo, wait, this is actually, I like okra. And I
interesting.
Fried okra, and I was like, yo, this thing that I thought was complete trash, I actually really like okra.
Interesting. See, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
It wasn't until 30. But as a kid, I'm like, it's disgusting.
I'm not there yet with it, man. That's interesting. That's a good question.
This is disgusting.
Hey, man. Hey, that was a good episode, man. I appreciate that, especially that topic. I didn't know where we was going to go with it. But I think that was a good way to cap on it.
You know what? I'm pretty good when I'm sober. I hate being sober. And the only reason I'm sweating so much is because I got out the shower, by the way.
Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm Marvin Sapp. I feel like a preacher man right now, bro. But I ain't going to ask y'all for money.
You're just like Patrick Ewing.
Anyway, if you reached the end of this episode, man, y'all are the real goats, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button.
John Ritt.
Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button. Don't be a pigeon, damn it. Don't be a pigeon. If you know, you know. And as always, if you're giving advice, just make sure that thing is ill.
Yes, sir.
Bow.